I want to really understand how at the January 25th meeting and the motion and the vote that was carried did not set precedent for the future. The reason I ask that question is I believe when asked, Ms. Gleason even said it set precedent for the future. Why is this township not liable for any escrow that is still outstanding where there's incomplete projects? Why couldn't tomorrow any developer come in here that has a project outstanding and say, geez, you know, I don't want to put that curbing in. I don't want to put that sidewalk in. I don't want to put that lamp post in, even though it was in my land development plan. And you're going to tell me that we can take case by case and argue, well, just because we did it for St. David's Country Club, we don't have to do it for Mr. Jones or Mr. Smith. I'm really all about procedure and policy. To me, this is not about sidewalks. Sidewalks symbolizes something much, much greater in this township. I think that what you did, the 4 of you that did this, that voted for this, is absolutely outrageous. And I think one of the reasons that probably, I'm going to make a rough guess and say at least 75% of the people in this room and a whole lot of the people that are sitting home watching this are really troubled by your actions. You made an apology, which I guess from a red letter day kind of standpoint was probably really remarkable. You owned up to something you probably shouldn't have done. But in my world, that still doesn't right the wrong that is out there. There could be million-dollar lawsuits just waiting to be filed. There could be lawsuits against this township right now because of the actions of 4 of you. And I would like to know how we make this wrong right, how we turn it around. I know people are saying, well, horse has already left the barn, so we can't change it. I say we better figure out a way to change it, and we better figure it out right now. Any comments?
No.
Okay, so then how do we fix it? JD.
Mr. Chairman, may I speak for a minute? I mean, I think what you're hearing is the frustration of the community over how this was done. And I think when they read in the paper that St. David's didn't know the motion was going to be made and didn't ask for it, it contradicts some of the events of that meeting. And when people read the ordinance, which says that in order for an escrow to be released, that the recipient of that release may ask for it in writing or authorize it. But it's an or. But no matter what they do, they have to do it in writing. And then when they do it, the township engineer has to go out and verify that it was done, so that the township is no longer held accountable for doing it. And probably, along with what statements were made by supervisors here tonight, if we could reverse this and start over and do it by the procedure, then that would probably at least address a lot of the concerns of the community. The problem is not sidewalks in the community.
Right.
They're not mad about where sidewalks are going to go or where they're not going to go. They're mad because they saw a procedure that wasn't followed. And in closing, in an effort to potentially deal with the future, my main concern, Mr. Chairman, is how we're going to manage this going forward with developments, with the compromise that clearly has been a result to the Planning Commission. And if there is a way to turn this clock back, especially since St. David said they didn't ask for it in the newspaper and they didn't authorize it, maybe we can just turn it back and start over and do it the right way. Thank you.
Because I also, thank you, JD, would believe that if procedure wasn't followed, then how could the vote be a real vote? So maybe we don't turn it back. It never happened because it wasn't right to begin with. Thank you.
Feinberg. To the point this woman just made regarding the comprehensive plan, I and many other citizens of the township participated in committees to revise the township's comprehensive plan, to put in this plan ideas, forward-looking concepts, to try to direct and redirect this township into the future in a way that deviates from the past. Many people on the committee worked for hours reviewing it. Staff worked, offering their valid input. Mimi gave a wonderful presentation on components of the comprehensive plan. We have committees working on different components of implementing the comprehensive plan. We have considered, I recall Mimi saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, the comprehensive plan is a policy document. Is that right, Mimi? We work tirelessly to put forth good policies in this township, and we vote for elected officials to implement those policies and to not put a sidewalk in an area that's well-traveled, not just by automobiles, but by people who run and walk to school, is just really irresponsible. And I do look forward to some changes and some movement with new supervisors on the board to bring forth ideas and concepts that people around the country are doing, but here in Tredyffrin Township, we seem stymied. We don't seem to be able to get away from the past of no sidewalks, the past of people having to get in their car to go to the grocery store. But there are people in this community who want it to be a walking community, who want the supervisors to embrace some of the good things that are in the comprehensive plan. So I really hope that we can have some more visionary thinking and some more visionary action among the Board of Supervisors now that we have some fresh people, some new people, and hopefully some new ideas and some willingness to really push for things that the community really wants and things that will make the community a better place to live. That's all.